Her shirt was on fire. She patted it out. She could smell melting plastic, yet at the sight of the flames, the door. She was seated at the emergency exit. Still clutching tight to the scribbled note, she gripped the door's red handle with both hands and started to pull. It gave way and she slid it sideways. There was a pop. The door was still closed, but the seal was broken. 20 seconds to go. She tried to get out of her seat, but her seatbelt, it was still buckled. In a frenzy, she clawed at it. Click. She was free. Still holding the crumpled note, now damp in her sweaty fist, she put her palm to the exit door and gave it a shove. It was stuck from the fire. She gave it a kick. The door opened as a rodeo of wind whipped her black hair in every direction. Papers went flying through the cabin. A phone bounced against the ceiling. People were screaming, though she couldn't make out any of it. 14 seconds to go. Outside, the tall, snow-covered aspen trees that had looked so small were now racing at her, growing larger every second. She knew the odds. When you free-fall in a light aircraft, if fate's not on your side, you don't have a chance. "Go! Get out!" a man's voice shouted. She had barely turned as the lieutenant with the triangular eyes barreled into her, fighting to get to the emergency exit. The plane was in free fall now, a reddish-orange smoke filling the cabin. 11 seconds to go. The man was pushing against her with all his weight. They both knew if they jumped too soon, above 300 feet, they wouldn't survive the impact. Even if they were lucky enough to live, the compound fractures in their legs, if the bones came through their skin, it'd make them bleed out in no time. No, this had to be timed just right. Not until you're at the treetops, she told herself, remembering her training and eyeing the aspens, which were closer than ever. The wind blinded her. The smoke was in her lungs as she held the lieutenant at bay with one hand and held tight to the note with her other. "Go! Now!" the man screamed, and for a moment it looked like his back was on fire. 8 seconds to go. The plane plummeted diagonally toward the ground. Without even thinking about it, she stuffed the note into the one place she thought it might survive. "We don't have—" 6 seconds. She put her foot on the lip of the doorway, turned back to the lieutenant and grabbed him by his shirt, trying to pull him outside with her. This could work. She could save them both. She was wrong. The lieutenant pulled away. It was instinct. No one wants to be yanked from a plane. That was the end. The lieutenant with the triangular eyes would go down, literally, in flames. With 3 seconds to go, the woman with the black hair leapt from the plane. She would land on the balls of her feet, still trying to follow her training as she hit with a thud in the snow. A perfect landing, but also a deadly one. She'd break both legs and snap her neck on impact. The emergency crews would find her name on the manifest. Nola Brown. And the scribbled note, her final words that she'd hidden so well, that would be found by the least likely person of all.
1. Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. Jim Zig Zigarowski knew the pain was coming. It didn't stop him. He was good with pain, used to it. Still, he knew this one would sting. Since the day Zig arrived at this remote building at the back of Dover Air Force Base, every case was wrenching. Especially this one. Hence, the pain. "I thought Lou was on call today," asked Dr. Womack, a short Hispanic man with a weak beard and baggy medical scrubs. "We switched," Zig said, wheeling the gurney a bit faster up the hallway, hoping to leave Womack behind. "Lou had her dinner date." "Really? I just saw Lou at dinner. All alone." Zig stopped. This was the moment where it could all implode. Zig shouldn't be here, shouldn't have taken this gurney, or what was hidden below the light blue sheet that covered it. Would Womack stop him? Only if he realized what was going on. "Huh. Guess I heard it wrong," Zig said, flashing the same charming grin that made those first years after his divorce so eventful. With mossy green eyes, a hairline scar on his jaw, and silver and black hair cut like Cary Grant's, Zig didn't look 52. But as he swiped his ID card and the metal double doors popped open,